Have you ever noticed that the moment you wake up, your legs feel unsteady or strangely weak? Maybe you sit up on the edge of the bed and pause for a moment, feeling like your muscles aren't ready to hold you up. Or perhaps you take your first steps across the bedroom and sense a stiffness that wasn't there when you were younger. You are not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. Many older adults experience this hidden struggle every morning, and it often starts subtly, long before it becomes a major problem. This early morning weakness is one of the first signs of a process called sarcopenia, which is simply a gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that accelerates after age 60. You might have heard of osteoporosis, the thinning of bones, but sarcopenia affects your muscles in a similar way. Over time, the fibers shrink, the nerves that communicate with those fibers become less responsive, and the circulation that feeds your muscles starts to slow down. This is why you can go to bed feeling relatively fine, but wake up feeling like your legs don't want to cooperate. The silent struggle isn't always dramatic. It often starts with small moments. Maybe you notice it when you try to stand up from a low chair or step out of bed without holding on to something. You feel like your legs are slower to react, almost as if they're still half asleep. You might also feel a tightness in your calves or a dull ache in your thighs that takes several minutes to ease up. These sensations are clues that your muscles are losing the reserve power they used to have. One reason this happens is that while you sleep, your circulation naturally slows. Your heart rate lowers, and your blood moves more slowly through your limbs. This is perfectly normal, but it means your muscles don't get the same steady flow of oxygen and nutrients they need to stay activated. For younger people, this isn't much of an issue. Their bodies bounce back quickly. But after 60, your tissues take longer to wake up. If you're also dealing with dehydration, low magnesium, or blood sugar imbalances, the problem gets worse. Another reason your legs feel so unsteady is that the connection between your brain and your muscles, the nerve signals, can lag first thing in the morning. This is why many seniors describe the feeling as if their legs aren't listening when they try to stand. This lag isn't a sign of laziness or lack of willpower. It's a natural change that comes with aging, but it doesn't mean you have to accept it as permanent. Ignoring these early warning signs is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Because the process of sarcopenia starts quietly, it's easy to think, "I'm just tired," or "this is normal for my age." But over months and years, this silent struggle can lead to falls, injuries, and the loss of independence. The good news is that you can slow or even reverse this decline by giving your muscles what they need: gentle activation, better circulation, and the right nutrients. If you often feel weak getting out of bed, consider it a signal from your body asking for help. It's not something to be embarrassed about or to hide. It's a reminder that your muscles are still there, waiting to be nourished and reawakened. The first step is simply to understand what's happening, that this isn't just an inevitable part of getting older. It's a process you can influence, starting with small, consistent actions. You'll learn why staying in bed longer may feel like a relief, but actually makes this weakness worse. You'll discover how your morning habits can either keep your muscles dormant or gently bring them back to life. Most people assume that if their legs feel weak or unsteady in the morning, the best thing to do is rest a little longer. It seems logical. If your muscles feel tired, staying in bed should help them recover. But in reality, lingering too long under the covers can quietly make the problem worse. When you stay still for extended periods, especially after waking up, your circulation remains slow and your muscles stay inactive. Think of your body like an engine that idles overnight. The longer it sits without movement, the harder it is to get everything running again. This is why many older adults feel their legs almost switch off when they spend extra time lying down. Blood pools in the lower parts of your body, your joints stiffen, and your nervous system doesn't get the signals it needs to fully re-engage your muscles. This combination can make those first steps feel shaky or even dangerous. The habit of staying in bed too long can also create a cycle that becomes harder to break over time. The more you avoid movement in the morning, the more your body gets used to that pattern. Your circulation becomes sluggish, your muscles start to atrophy, and you may notice it takes longer each day to feel steady. Even if you eventually get moving, it's often harder to catch up on the strength and energy you've lost by staying still. Another hidden problem with excessive morning rest is how it affects your balance. Balance isn't just about your muscles. It depends on your inner ear, your vision, and your nerves working together. All of these systems respond to movement and changes in position. When you stay in bed, you deprive your nervous system of the signals that help you stay coordinated. That's why getting up after too much rest can make you feel disoriented or lightheaded. It's important to understand that this doesn't mean you need to jump out of bed the instant you wake up. It simply means that gentle movement is far more beneficial than staying motionless. When you activate your legs, even a little, you help your blood vessels expand, you send oxygen to your tissues, and you remind your brain how to connect with your muscles. This activation doesn't require intense exercise or long routines. Just a few minutes of purposeful movement can completely change how your legs feel. Many people are surprised to learn that something as simple as sitting up, rolling your ankles, or flexing your thighs can have an immediate impact on circulation. This movement acts like a wake-up call for your body. Your heart starts pumping more efficiently, your lymphatic system begins clearing waste products from your tissues, and your muscles warm up, making them more responsive. If you have been in the habit of staying in bed longer because you feel safer or more comfortable, know that this instinct is common, but it's also why some people lose confidence in their ability to walk steadily. The more time you spend inactive, the more difficult it becomes for your muscles to switch back on. Over time, this makes everyday activities feel harder, from getting dressed to walking down the hallway. Movement in the morning is not about pushing yourself beyond your limits. It's about giving your body a signal that it's time to wake up and engage. Small steps can lead to noticeable improvements. A simple routine can help your legs regain strength, improve your balance, and reduce the fear of falling. Gentle movement is one of the most effective ways to protect your independence as you age. Establishing a short, consistent habit of activating your legs before you start your day helps build resilience in your muscles and trains your nervous system to stay alert. This simple change can give you the confidence to stand up without hesitation and move through your morning with more energy and security. Before you even step out of your bedroom, there is one simple ritual you can practice that helps wake up your muscles and prepare your body for the day. This gentle activation routine takes just 3 to 5 minutes and requires no special equipment or complicated exercises. It is about creating a steady, reliable way to re-engage your circulation, stimulate your nerves, and remind your legs how to support you confidently. Start by sitting comfortably on the edge of your bed or in a sturdy chair. Place your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Take a slow breath and focus on feeling your legs connected to the ground. This alone can begin to reawaken the signals between your brain and your muscles. Next, perform seated leg extensions. Slowly straighten one leg in front of you until your knee is almost fully extended. Hold this position for a moment, feeling your thigh muscle tighten. Then gently lower your foot back to the floor. Repeat this movement 10 times on each leg. If your muscles feel stiff, start with fewer repetitions and gradually work up to 10. This exercise activates your quadriceps, the big muscles on the front of your thighs that are essential for standing, walking, and climbing stairs. After your leg extensions, move to ankle circles. Lift your right foot slightly off the floor and begin to rotate your ankle in a slow, controlled circle. Make 5 circles in one direction, then reverse and make 5 in the opposite direction. Lower your foot and repeat on the left side. Ankle circles help improve circulation through your calves and feet, areas that often become sluggish overnight. They also warm up the small stabilizing muscles that keep you balanced when you stand. These two movements together create a powerful yet gentle activation. Leg extensions engage and strengthen your larger muscles, while ankle circles stimulate the smaller muscles and joints. This combination helps your nervous system remember how to coordinate movement and makes your first steps feel steadier. While you perform these exercises, pay attention to your breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale fully through your mouth. Deep breathing brings more oxygen into your bloodstream and helps your body transition from the resting state to an active one. Many people notice that simply focusing on their breath during this ritual reduces morning anxiety and increases mental clarity. You might be surprised at how much difference these few minutes can make. People often report that after a week of daily practice, their legs feel less stiff in the morning and their steps feel more secure. Over time, this routine becomes a signal to your body. It's time to wake up, time to move, time to feel strong again. This ritual is not about pushing yourself or proving something. It is about caring for your muscles with respect and giving them the gentle stimulation they need to stay functional. If you experience any discomfort while performing the movements, simply slow down or reduce the range of motion. The goal is activation, not strain. Adding this short routine to your morning can help prevent the common pattern of feeling hesitant when you first stand up. It primes your circulation so your tissues are warm and ready for movement. It strengthens the neural pathways between your brain and your legs, making it easier to maintain balance. And it reminds you that even small, consistent actions can have a big impact on how you feel throughout the day. Making this a daily habit sets a positive tone, creating momentum and a sense of accomplishment before you even leave your bedroom. It's one of the simplest, most effective ways to reclaim strength and stability in your legs without needing a gym or special equipment. Once your muscles are gently activated, there's another essential part of this ritual that many people overlook: hydration and minerals. Most older adults wake up slightly dehydrated without realizing it. Overnight, your body loses water through breathing and perspiration, even if you don't feel sweaty. If you haven't had anything to drink for 7 or 8 hours, your tissues and blood volume are naturally lower by morning. This hidden dehydration has a bigger impact than you might think. When your body lacks water, your blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and your muscles have a harder time contracting efficiently. You might feel dizzy or lightheaded when you stand up, or notice that your legs feel heavier and more sluggish. Drinking a glass of water right after you wake up can immediately start to reverse this, but you can make this step even more effective by adding a pinch of mineral-rich sea salt to your water. This isn't about making your water taste salty or taking in excessive sodium. A small pinch provides trace minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium that support muscle contraction and improve your body's ability to hold on to the water you drink. If you've ever felt your legs cramp or your feet tingle when you stand in the morning, dehydration and mineral depletion are likely part of the reason. Many seniors try to drink more water during the day, but forget that rehydrating early is the key to starting the day with steady energy and circulation. Imagine your muscles like a sponge. When that sponge is dry, it becomes stiff and brittle. It doesn't respond well to pressure, but when you saturate it with clean water and minerals, it becomes supple, flexible, and ready to work. Your muscle tissue works the same way. Starting your day with a glass of water and a little mineral support can also help stabilize your blood pressure. For people who feel weak or faint when getting up, this simple habit can be a game changer. It helps your body adjust to standing more smoothly, reducing the chances of dizziness or falls. Some people prefer to add a squeeze of lemon for flavor, which also provides vitamin C and a small amount of potassium. You can prepare this in the evening so it's ready by your bedside. The moment you sit up, take a few sips to help your circulation begin moving again. While this ritual sounds almost too simple, it works because it targets two issues that most older adults face every morning: low fluid levels and mineral imbalance. Without enough hydration, your body struggles to deliver nutrients to your muscles. Without minerals, your nerves can't communicate properly with your muscles, and contractions become less efficient. This is why so many people feel that combination of stiffness, weakness, and unsteadiness when they first get out of bed. Combining hydration with gentle activation is powerful. You're addressing both the structural and chemical needs of your muscles. You're reminding your body that it has the resources to function and move safely. Over time, these small efforts add up. Many people find that within a week or two of practicing this ritual, they have more confidence standing up, walking to the kitchen, or starting their morning routine without hesitation. It's also worth noting that this ritual supports other areas of your health. Staying hydrated first thing in the morning helps digestion, supports mental clarity, and even improves your mood. When your tissues are nourished and your circulation is active, your whole system benefits. This doesn't have to feel like a chore or another item on your to-do list. It's a simple act of care, a way to remind yourself each morning that you're prioritizing your strength and independence. Even if the rest of your day is busy or unpredictable, you'll know that you've already done something meaningful to protect your muscles and set a positive tone. Many people assume that morning stiffness is just an unavoidable part of aging, something you simply have to put up with. But the truth is, stiffness isn't always caused by age alone. In many cases, it's the result of two very fixable problems: a lack of movement during the night and low levels of certain nutrients, especially magnesium. When you sleep, your muscles and joints stay in mostly the same positions for hours. Circulation slows, and your tissues don't get the regular flow of oxygen and nutrients that keep them pliable. If you've ever noticed that your knees, hips, or ankles feel stuck when you first try to move, it's because your connective tissues have cooled and settled into that shape overnight. Think of it like leaving modeling clay in the same position for hours. It stiffens until you warm it up again. But lack of motion isn't the only reason your legs feel stiff. Magnesium deficiency is very common, especially in people over 60. This mineral plays a crucial role in muscle relaxation. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can't fully release after they contract, leading to a constant sense of tightness or tension. Even if you're eating a reasonably balanced diet, your body's ability to absorb magnesium from food naturally declines with age. Certain medications, including some blood pressure and diabetes drugs, can further deplete your magnesium stores. The combination of these two factors, hours of stillness and low magnesium, often creates the perfect storm of morning stiffness. But here's the encouraging part. It can improve much faster than most people realize. When you start a morning ritual that includes both gentle movement and the right nutrients, you help your muscles regain their flexibility and strength. Movement alone can reawaken circulation, bringing warmth and oxygen back into your tissues. Even a few minutes of leg extensions and ankle circles help break the pattern of stiffness. They literally move fluid back into your joints and help your muscles remember how to contract and release naturally. Adding hydration with a pinch of sea salt or magnesium-rich foods gives your muscles the minerals they need to relax and function properly. Some people choose to take a magnesium supplement if advised by their healthcare provider, but you can also get more magnesium by including nuts like almonds, seeds, leafy greens, and whole grains later in your meals. If you've been living with morning stiffness for years, it's understandable to feel skeptical that such a simple routine could help. But many people notice improvements within just a few days. They describe feeling more stable when they stand up, more comfortable when taking their first steps, and more confident moving around the house. It's important to remember that your muscles and joints are living tissues. They respond to what you do every day, not just what you do once in a while. A single morning of movement and hydration may feel good temporarily, but it's the repetition, day after day, that retrains your body to stay loose and responsive. This ritual is not about perfection. You don't need to stretch yourself to discomfort or force your body into big movements. Small, consistent efforts are what create change. Over time, these efforts build a foundation of strength that makes everything else you do safer and easier. The feeling of stiffness does not have to define your mornings. It's a signal that your body needs care and attention, not a sentence to permanent limitation. By giving your muscles a gentle wake-up and the minerals they crave, you can shift from a morning of struggle to a morning of steadiness and comfort. Your body has an incredible ability to adapt, no matter your age. When you treat it with respect and give it what it needs, it often responds faster than you expect. The small act of preparing your muscles each morning can set you up for a day where you feel more in control of your movements and more connected to your own strength. Picture your legs as a living garden. Every day, this garden either thrives or withers based on what you give it. Movement is like sunlight, warming the soil and encouraging growth. Minerals and hydration are like water, soaking into every root and nourishing the plants from the inside out. When you skip these essential supports, your garden starts to dry out. The leaves droop, the stems weaken, and eventually, the whole system struggles to survive. Your muscles work exactly the same way. Without gentle movement each morning, they lose their flexibility and responsiveness. Without enough minerals and hydration, they can't contract and release properly. This is why so many people feel that combination of weakness, stiffness, and fatigue when they get out of bed. It isn't just because you're getting older. It's because your muscles, like a garden, are waiting for the right care to flourish. Imagine what happens when you start giving your legs that sunlight and water every day. The stiffness begins to fade. The heavy, tired feeling starts to lift. You notice that your steps feel more secure, that you don't have to brace yourself quite so carefully when you stand. Over time, those small improvements add up to something bigger: confidence. The belief that you can trust your body again, that you can keep doing the things you love without fear of falling or struggling to keep up. This isn't about complicated routines or strict programs. It's about consistency. The simple habit of spending a few minutes each morning activating your muscles and replenishing your minerals can transform the way your legs feel and function. You don't need fancy equipment or a professional trainer. You just need the willingness to show up for yourself in those first moments of the day. If you've spent years believing that decline was inevitable, that you simply had to accept weakness as your new normal, it's time to challenge that idea. Your body is capable of improvement, even after decades of wear and tear. It responds to care, it responds to attention, and it responds to the decision to nourish it instead of neglecting it. Think back to the image of your garden. You wouldn't expect it to recover overnight if it had been ignored for years. But if you water it a little every day, if you give it some sunlight and nutrients, it will surprise you. New growth will appear. The same is true of your muscles. With steady attention, you can rebuild strength and flexibility in ways you may not have thought possible. This morning ritual is a promise you make to yourself, a commitment to protect your independence and honor the body that has carried you this far. It's an act of self-respect as much as self-care, and it only takes a few minutes of your time. Tomorrow morning, before you do anything else, try this. Sit on the edge of your bed. Feel your feet on the floor. Gently extend your legs and circle your ankles. Take a few slow breaths. Drink a glass of water with a pinch of mineral-rich salt. Remind your body that you are here, that you are engaged, that you are willing to care for it. This small routine won't erase every ache or stiffness in a single day, but over time, it can become the foundation of a new way of moving and living. a way that feels more empowered, more balanced, and more connected to the strength that is still inside you. Your legs are your foundation. They deserve the same care you would give to any precious part of your life. With the right combination of movement, hydration, and minerals, you can keep them strong and steady for years to come. This is your invitation to begin.